Hey everyone, welcome to the Season 1 finale of the 1860 Munich Road to Glory career mode. And as you guys can see, we only have 6 games left. We're 2 points behind Dynamo Dresden, but Ingolstadt, Saarbrücken, they are on our tail. We need to have a banger of an episode here. Will we fall off? Will we get promotion or will we win the league, guys? Join me to find out. This is our schedule for the month of April. We start off with a game against Duisburg. Now, Marcel Baer is back, guys, so hopefully he can help us down the stretch. There will be some minor changes for the Duisburg game. Skenderovic looks to be a good player when there is a sim, so I'm going to play him. Vrenetzi to add a little bit more oomph in the midfield, and Lannert has been playing good as of late. Let's see how we do here against Duisburg. So I decided I'm just going to go straight to an attacking game plan, and it seemed to have worked. Skenderovic got an early goal. Within the first 20 minutes, we're up, and then we kept on piling goals. Vrenetzi scored another one, and we were just flying. But on the note of Skenderovic, he seems to be somewhat of a sim specialist. Every time he plays, he scores a goal, and I'm thinking he does deserve a chance in the first team. Maybe not this season, because I do want to finish with something that I'm familiar with, but next season, he definitely deserves a chance. He grabbed a hat-trick in this game, guys. He got us the win, and we're now one step closer to winning the title. Hopefully, Dynamo Dresden dropped some points. Unfortunately, guys, not only is that not the case, both Dynamo Dresden and Ingolstadt won 2 games, and now they're both ahead of us. Now, we do have a game in hand, but it's pressure on us to win it. It's going to be at home against Elfsberg, but then right after that, I'm looking forward. It's a game against Ingolstadt away. So even if we get a result against Elfsberg, then we need at least a draw against Ingolstadt, or the promotion will be out of our hands. We will be at the mercy of both Dynamo Dresden and Ingolstadt, and I do not want that to happen. So it's a super important week for us here. And to add insult to injury, Niklas Lang broke his toe. He's out for 3 months. For the remainder of the season, we're going to be without a starting CB. Now, we do have Belkaccia, thank God, because we definitely need to keep it tight at the back if we're to get some good results here. We're going to switch to this game against Elfsberg at home, and we're going to try to do our best to get a win and put us in a good position for the remaining 4 games of the season. So we came into this game pumped and we were ready to go, but honestly, it started off completely on the wrong foot. Our guy got completely taken out first minute, and it was Niklas Lang. The guy just slid right into him, and unfortunately, he got injured. I had to take him off. This is a big blow for us, not only in this game, but in this season, because he kind of is a mainstay at left center back. Belkaccia is a really good player, so we do have a replacement, but it was shaky for me. And for the first 5-10 minutes, I just gathered myself, and then we went straight back to the attack. We needed to win this game, and so we were trying as best we could. And it paid off, guys. Vrenetzi gets into the box here, and he smashes us one past Elfsberger, 17th minute, and it's a great start to the game. But this was one of those where we are on the attacking game plan, and it's more back and forth, much more back and forth than usual. And they were going to have their chances, and I knew they would, but I thought we would be able to defend a little bit better than this. Short post, to be fair, really good shot, and fair play to them. But I was hoping we can keep a clean sheet a little longer than 32 minutes. But we continued to try to attack in that half, and we had 1 or 2 good crosses, but for the most part, it was back and forth from box to box. There was this one good chance from Lachenmacher, but he missed. In the second half, I really tried to focus on getting that penetration into the box, and I think it worked quite well. Lachenmacher gets a direct ball in here. He turns, gets it to Vrenetzi, and we're up 2-1. Guys, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It was missing in the first half. We weren't really getting the penetration we needed. It was box-to-box stuff, good attacking stuff, but not quite the quality in the final third that we were looking for. And we continued there. We got a really good pass in here for Lachenmacher. I would have expected that in the form he's in, he would have hit that, and you miss these chances and you rue them. You come to rue them for sure. And guys, what do you think happened here? Elfsberger gets it into the box, and we do rue the chance. It's 2-2 instead of 3-1 in the 70th minute, and this is looking like dropped points. This is exactly what happens when you don't kill the game. Like Mourinho says, you got to kill the game. But we didn't hang our heads. Fair play to our players. We didn't hang our heads, and we tried to continue to threaten and get into the box. A really good play here immediately after the loss of the goal. A nice play in for Dijkman, who surges into the box. 3-2. And now we have to kill the game for sure, guys. We have to get another goal because Elfsberger is looking like they're attacking. I did switch to a balanced game plan. At this point, tactics are a must. But we continued to attack successfully, and Vrenetsi was at the hub of everything. He was serving Lakenmacher on a plate. He just couldn't get it in. But we brought on Sir, and he's been a bright spot all season. Every time he either starts or comes on, he gets a nice ball in here, and this is a really tight angle, but he gets it in. What a goal from Sir. And it's 4-2, and I'm thinking now, okay, we're safe. Nothing to worry about. In the last minute, even if they score a goal, this will be safe. And surely enough, they scored a goal because the defense is really bad this game. And short post yet again. I hate short post goals like this. It really irritates me how the goalkeeper can't save it. That's some shoddy stuff from Kretschmer. But yeah, we win the game, and that's the most important part. At this point in the season, style goes out the window. I don't care. We win the game, we get 3 points, we move on to the next game, and we either win the title or we get promoted. That's what's going on here. So we win the game, 4-3. All right, guys, so there is your league table with 4 games left. Dynamo Dresden is keeping up pace. We're still 2 points behind them, but we managed to get in front of Ingolstadt, and this next game against them away will be absolutely key. And in a similar spirit to how Mart Watney said, we're going to have to science the shit out of this in the Martian, we're going to have to tactics the shit out of this. Because we're bringing out all the stops, guys. We have to look at everything, every little minute detail. We have to get a result in this game, preferably a win, because that will give us so much breathing room. So what I noticed on the whole from their tactic is that it's centered around mobility. So first of all, they have fast build-up forward runs. This isn't a team who's going to keep the ball. They're going to try to push it forward, and this makes sense and is consistent with the fact that they're playing a 4-4-2 with overlapping fullbacks, so they are getting a lot of men forward. They're going to be overloading wide areas because they have that fullback and the winger. And most of the other instructions for the players are set to either balanced or mixed. So they will be a reactive and they will adapt to what is happening on the field. Now, in terms of individual player profiles, what stood out is the pace and the stamina. And that fits perfectly with how they want to play. They want to get up the field fast and they want to get up and down. And they're perfectly suited for this, guys. That right-hand side, you can see stamina 84, stamina 90. Good acceleration, good sprint speed. Then you've got on the left-hand side, they're playing a striker with 85 stamina, 87 acceleration. In the middle of the park, they only have 2 players, but one of them is extremely physical, extremely good stamina. He's just very mobile. The whole team is centered around that. And then up front, you've got 2 strikers, both of them who are a little bit taller, both of them who have really good strength. They're target man, essentially, who can bring everyone into play. So what's going to happen probably in this game, it's going to be a little bit like my Everton series from last year. They're going to try to play down the wing really quickly and get it into 2 strikers who are pretty physical. So definitely something we need to watch out for. Now, the way I want to counter this, 3 things. First of all, you have to match their intensity. With this kind of stamina and with this kind of acceleration, it's like playing a Bielsa side, right? You need to match their intensity or they're going to run you off the park. So that is first and foremost. Second of all, you can't let them run at you. So you need to be aggressive. Perhaps a game plan that's attacking right from the get-go to make it press after possession loss would work better here, even though it's more risky. And the third thing is, you need to take advantage of where the loophole is at the given time. So if their fullbacks have bombed forward, there's room out on the wing. But in general, there's only 2 men in midfield. So playing through the middle, you will have a little bit more joy, I feel. And with our 3 midfielders, with Köhler, who's great on the ball, I feel like playing it through the middle, if we can, is the way to go. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to note. Let's go into this game, guys, and hopefully we can grind out a result here against Ingolstadt. This was it, guys. All hands on deck. We needed to play attacking football, and we did. It was bright stuff from us. Lakenmacher, great save early on from their goalkeeper. To be fair, he was unplayable this game, and he was getting into positions. He was at the hub of everything, and he had another chance here, goes just wide. This is within the first 10 minutes of the game, and we continued pummeling Ingolstadt, to be fair. There was a number of chances. Vrenetsi here gets it off the flick on from Lakenmacher just above the bar, and we continue going and attacking through the middle. As I mentioned in the pregame, this was an area where they were a little bit weaker. We had a little bit more room, and as you can see, we can play through the middle. Lakenmacher surges into the box, gets a shot. It's saved. Vrenetsi couldn't get the rebound, but we were all over them. Good defense here from Talig, from Koller, getting into the offense. Lakenmacher gets it. He tries to release Vrenetsi. Eventually, he does. Vrenetsi, a clever turn here. And how does this not go in? And how are we not up right now? Because that's what I want to know. There are so many chances just from everywhere. And again, Lanner gets in on the action with Lakenmacher laying it off to him. Vrenetsi on the header, just wide. Are we going to get anything at this point, I'm thinking? Because like we've had 6, 7 good chances. Perhaps none of them sitters, but these are really good chances. And eventually, at the end of the half, Lakenmacher gets it, and what a touch and what a finish into the top corner, guys. It's 1-0, and this was giving me Lewandowski versus Real Madrid vibes. That goal, if you want to look it up, when they won 4-0, that was very similar to this. He got it into the top corner after he turned, and that was just beautiful from Lakenmacher, and he's been firing, and he's been all over this game. The second half was all about killing the game, guys. We have the attacking game plan. It's working. And now it's all about getting that next goal to cement the victory. And Greilinger gets it on the wing. He whips this in. Lakenmacher arrives in the box. And it is 2-0, guys. Get in. What a goal from Lakenmacher. He has been unplayable this game. And we locked up shop after this. Not completely defensively, but we limited Ingolstadt to this one chance. Kretschmer makes the save, and we win 2-0, guys. We have the cushion over Ingolstadt now, and I feel like this game, the tactics did all the work. They really made the difference. The press after possession loss, the constant pressure and being in their face allowed us to nullify their attack and allow us a platform to launch our own, and we get this win, guys. Mission successful. That was a massive result, guys. We are now 5 points ahead of Ingolstadt, and we have a nice cushion there. I'm confident that we can get promoted here, guys. We might not even need to do anything if they slip up, but I think a win pretty much gets us promoted. It's all about catching Dynamo Dresden now, winning that league, and we have 2 sims coming up, guys. I'm going to overall switch to an attacking game plan and see if we can't just be the more proactive team and win both games here. The first one is against Vrl. I even put Macau at right mid here. I put Branetzi in the midfield, anything to make it more attacking, and it paid off. Greilinger scored an early goal, then Lakenmacher makes it 2-0, and even though Vrl got a late goal here to make it 2-1, we sealed out the game, guys, and we got revenge on the team that gave us the first loss of the season, so that's great. And the question is now, did Dynamo Dresden win their game? The answer is yes, they did. They did not slip up. They are just not giving me an inch here. We do have that 5-point cushion to Ingolstadt still, and with 2 games left and looking at the goal difference, 1 point pretty much guarantees us promotion, and 3 points mathematically guarantees us promotion. So that is the most important thing. Like I said, for me, the barometer of success for this season is to get promoted into the second Bundesliga. As much as the board wants me to win the league, that is the primary goal. So it looks like we are going to do this, guys. Now, I do want to win that league, so we have to get a result here because it doesn't look like Dynamo Dresden is slipping. And over the next 2 games, we need to pounce on any opportunity, but that also means we need to do our business. The last sim of this series, or of this season rather, will be against Oldenburg, and I'm going to go back to the tried and true. Vrenetsi up front worked from the beginning of the season when he did play there. Bear's just not ready to come in yet. And in the midfield, it's Macau again, Dijkman out wide. It's the starting lineup, guys, as you know it. And let's see how we do here against Oldenburg. This attacking game plan from minute 1 is definitely working. I mean, Lakenmacher's just banging in goals over the last 2 games. He gets an early one. Stark makes it really dicey. But we had a lot of shots this game, and finally we managed to convert late on. Lakenmacher again, and we got promoted, guys. We have promotion. It's mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. But now let's just have a look at the league table and see Dynamo Dresden here. Did they win? Yes, they did. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. They refused to drop even a point. And it's actually going to come down to the last game of the season for who gets the title. This is unreal. It's going to be a photo finish. And looking at it, if we win the game, and they draw, we have better goal difference. So there you go, guys. If they draw, we win the title. That is going to be one hell of a finish. But before we get to that final game, I'm going to do the season roundup, guys. We got promoted, so let's look at the board objectives here. Board confidence is weak, and this honestly perplexes me because 56 manager popularity rating, really? I've done everything they've asked for, literally. This obviously is some sort of a bug in the game because I've done every little thing. Youth development, I've signed the 3 players under 20. Brand exposure, I've literally scored an away goal in nearly every game this season. Financials, 8.19 million profit. That's nearly double, and it will probably be double by the end of the season. They wanted 5 million. One crucial player, I've signed 2. I've kept the salary growth under 15%. In fact, it hasn't increased at all. It probably decreased. And the only thing, literally the only thing I haven't done is win that league. And I still have a chance at that. So I really don't think I deserve a 56. And honestly, I hope I don't get sacked after an extremely successful season because I really don't feel like ending this series. And I'm just going to have to figure something out if that happens. In terms of other things going on at the club, we have some positional changes for our youth players. So remember the striker that came into our academy? Well, I've successfully switched him to a CB and he goes up from 55 to 60, guys. And I knew he would reach this 60. He's going to be a really good CB. He's got, not only is he left-footed, he's got 5 weak foot right off the bat. He's got good pace. He's physical. 81 strength, 79 jumping. He's a little bit undersized at 5'11", but if he plays on those left center back, right center back roles in a back 3, he'll do fine. His defensive stats are going up, and he's even got a little bit of short passing. So I'm really hyped to use this guy next season. And Arthur Graf was a CDM who was a 44 overall, and I identified that he's going to be a much better chem, and he switches from a 44 to a 61, guys. And that is another gem, a diamond in the rough that I found. Honestly, we're like a factory that like takes broken toys and fixes them or something, because these guys are legitimately really good players, and they're completely undervalued because people don't recognize their position. So we've got great agility and balance. The ball control and dribbling is probably one of the best on our team. So hopefully he will develop as an attacking option for us in the future. But now, guys, it's time to see how our whole squad has developed over the course of this season. So join me and let's have a look. So there you go, guys. That is how our squad developed. And honestly, it's some tremendous progress, especially from Talik, 6 overalls. He's a 70 now. You got Lakenmacher at a 69, Morgala 68, Belkaccia 71, Virlat 72. This is a team which even now can hold its own probably in the second Bundesliga. And never mind if we strengthen in the summer. So team development, squad development, player development has been going extremely well. And if you look at the statistics, 1 game to go. Lakenmacher, joint top scorer in the league with 21 goals. So we do have a 20 goal per season striker on our hands. And if you look at the assists, he leads the league in assists. So you can see how much work he's doing in terms of linking play in that target and role. Dijkman, 10 assists. And this is why, even though Lannert was knocking on the door the entire season, Dijkman still retained his spot. His delivery is just on point. You've got a number of players here, though. Vrenetsi, Bear, Talig getting assists on the board. In terms of clean sheets, you've got Kretschma with 12 clean sheets. In general, you can look at the squad and it was a successful season. The strikers really did fire. Whether it was Skenderovic, mostly on the sim, whether it was Sur coming in and just being a revelation this season. You've got Lakenmacher, obviously. Bear, before he was getting injured, he was good. 7 assists in 24 games. I mean, he was doing work. The squad was really good, and the goals from midfield, especially from Talig and McCowett at critical moments during the season, have given us this promotion, guys. So, I mean, it is a successful season. If you look at the news around the league, around the world, some stuff pertinent to us. Obviously, we'll look at the German league here. Bayern Munich wins the league. No surprises there, really, but we are very interested in who got relegated, because going into the second Bundesliga, we may now be able to get certain players from this team. So you've got Bochum and Mainz, interestingly enough. Mainz has a number of good players. Perhaps some of the younger players will now be more willing to join us. We'll see how that goes. Augsburg might be getting relegated. In terms of the second Bundesliga, you can see here Hansa Rostock, surprisingly, getting promoted here. Hamburg, no surprise there. And if you look at the relegation candidates, Heidenheim, Kaiserslautern, and Jans Regensburg. And this is where you can really go and nitpick at some of these teams. Kaiserslautern perhaps has some good players. Heidenheim, and since they're now a league lower, we'll be able to use the transfer realism calculator in our advantage and get their best players. So definitely something we want to watch out for there. So in terms of some other leagues, the things we need to pay attention to is definitely teams falling into the second tier of French football and teams falling into the second tier of Italian football. Because these teams are now in Ligue 2 and Serie B, they are in a league which is equal to us or lower in terms of league reputation. So it will be easier for us in terms of the transfer realism calculator to then transfer these players. So definitely those are ones we need to watch out for. And guys, it's time now to play the last game of the episode, the last game of the season, and find out if we come out on top and win the league, or if it's going to be Dynamo Dresden. If you've liked this episode so far, if you've liked the season and series, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. But definitely join me in the season finale here and see if we win the league. Your commentator for this game is obviously Buzzko. Good afternoon, everybody, to the Grunwalder Stadion for this game between 1860 Munich and Erzgebirge Aue. This is a title decider for 1860 Munich. The title and their fate is not in their own hands, because if Dynamo Dresden win their game, it is all over. But 1860 Munich cannot focus on this. They must focus on their game. If they win, if results go their way, they will be crowned champions. Either way, it is already jubilation for the fans as they are returning into the second Bundesliga after a 6-year absence. It's going to be a throw-in here for 1860 Munich. The manager has been on record saying that no matter what happens in the Dynamo Dresden game, he wants his players to go out and have a go at this game, play attacking football. And it's McCowett inside the box. He curls it, and that's just wide. That was a good effort from McCowett, and you can see the intentions from the 1860 Munich players. They're thinking forward first, and they're having a go, and that was very close. An excellent opportunity for McCowett to put them up 1-0. It's going to be a goal kick here, punted long, and it will be Virlat who wins the tussle, and 1860 Munich have possession. It's a great direct ball in for Vrenetsi, and he's driving at the defense now. Lays it off for Dijkman, who crosses it in. Oh, it's a knockdown for Vrenetsi. It's punted out wide. But again, 1860 regains possession. They have won these 50-50 battles all game. And it's Lakenmacher here. Out wide for Dijkman. A nice clever back heel. And it's Lakenmacher outside the box, but blocked by the Erzgebirge Aue defenders. But it is constant pressure from 1860 Munich. It's good stuff. And Dijkman has it out on the wing. He crosses it in for Lakenmacher. Oh, and a good save by the goalkeeper. That was an acrobatic effort from Lachenmacher, and that could have easily been 1-0. The goal kick is again picked up by the 1860 Munich players. They've been getting all these second balls, and look at this. A nice scoop pass in for McCowett. Oh, an unbelievable. He did not get that in. He will be kicking himself because that was a golden opportunity, and he puts it just wide. 1860 Munich, again with possession here. They've been doing good defensively all game, and it's time for some direct football. Vrenetzi gets it. He's surging into the box. It's laid off, back into Lachenmacher, and out wide yet again for Dijkman. This has been a common theme this game. They're using the width very well. Vrenetzi finds himself in the box, and it's another great save. It has been all 1860 here, and they have a corner. They play it short. In for Köhler. Oh, that's a good save. McCowett with the rebound. But it's blocked by the defenders. How long can they keep this going? The ball is punted long. This time won by the Esbjerg Aue striker. Perhaps this is a chance for them to get an opportunity. It's a great through ball, and he's in on goal. Oh, and that's a crossbar. Totally against the run of play. That would have been. The news from the Dynamo Dresden game is that they are in front, and with 1860 Munich yet to break the deadlock, it seems very unlikely now that the title will fall into their hands. But it is Talig with a shot, but it's a tame effort. They'll need to do better than that if they want to puncture this armor. Vrenetzi, good pressure here. Esbjerg Aue might be in trouble. Oh, and it's Vrenetzi, he picks it up, he surges into the box, Lachenmacher's in, and it's a goal! 1-0 for 1860 Munich. They finally break the deadlock. It's joy on the 1860 Munich players' faces as they celebrate this goal. But the credit goes all to Vrenetzi for this play over here. The determination to get the ball, the presence of mind. He looks up and finds Lachenmacher, who will not have a simpler finish this entire season. And he adds to his goal tally. 1860 Munich is 1-0 up. 1860 Munich can just protect their lead now if they choose. But it seems like they will be going into the attack again with Greilinger on the wing. It's a good direct ball in for Vrenetzi. Pulled back. It'll be Greilinger. It's a whipped ball in for Lachenmacher. Brings it down and it's 2-0. What a goal from Lachenmacher. The touch and the finish. A masterstroke, and he has been in top form. It's been 7 goals in the last 4 games, and he has just been finding the net when 1860 Munich needs it most. An incredible touch from him to bring it down, and he slots it home with confidence. It really was a sublime piece of skill to bring it down like that. And that's when you know you have a striker in form, when he finishes like that. It's safe to say that with a 2-0 lead and only 17 minutes to go here in the game, 1860 Munich can be sure that they have finished the job that they set out to do. But they are on the attack again, and it's McCowett. He turns, shoots, and what a goal from McCowett! Another world-class strike from the midfielder this season. And that definitely cements the win for 1860 here. What a goal from McCowett. He gets it on the half turn and puts it right past the goalkeeper with a curling effort. The news from the Dynamo Dresden game is that they are still in the lead as of the 85th minute. They're winning 2-1 against Duisburg. So if they are to win the title here, 1860, something will need to change in the next few minutes here. It's job done for 1860 Munich. They did their part and won 3-0. And the news is coming in from the Dynamo Dresden game. Duisburg have tied it up in added time, and it will be 1860 Munich who win this title. You can see the satisfaction and the happiness on their faces. They have worked so hard the entire season. It was a contest that came down to the wire, down to the very last game between Dynamo Dresden and 1860 Munich. But it will be the players from Munich to lift this title in a second here. And as they do, they celebrate with their fans. It's jubilation. Not only do they get promoted to the second Bundesliga after 6 years, they have clinched the title, and it could not have been a more successful season or a more happy season for them. It's going to be a great evening, and I'm sure a great after party. That's it from me, your commentator Buzzko, signing off. Laters!